R2-D2, Your Highness.
Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review, and we continue with the Star Wars Build Your Own R2-D2. I am on issue 57. Now I'll go ahead and show you the instructions here, the parts. We'll build this issue, and at the very end I'll show you the entire magazine. So let's look at the instructions. So in this issue we continue with the dome panels and the left foot parts. So there's the parts that are listed, and as we proceed here we fit another panel on the dome, and then we fit the left foot casing. So we have about 8 steps involved with that. And then of course upcoming in issue 58 will be continuing with the dome panels and the left foot. I'll be right back. And of course here's the bag of parts for issue 57. And a few items in there. This is typically how all the parts have been coming all along. So go ahead and take these out and we'll get a closer look. Here's a close-up of the parts, and of course we receive the inner foot casing for the left foot, and that's made of plastic. And of course another dome panel here, which is made out of metal. It's very nice. We received a couple strips of 3M tape to attach the dome panel, and we received the infrared sensor. Let's get started. Alright, here's our dome, and I've been keeping it nice and safe in its plastic encasing here. I'll take that off, and we'll go ahead and take the dome off of the styrofoam support. And the first 4 steps we install this dome panel here. And that essentially will be going in right here on this part with the 2 double holes on top, and simply will just fit in there, do a test fit. Looks good. And I'll be using my Scotch tape to secure it also on the back side. So we secure this with our 3M tape on the back side here. Set this down. And take our tape here, we'll peel it back, and we are going to put it on the top and bottom inside here. One there. And one more here. There we go. Take my tweezers, we'll peel back the backing. And after you peel back the backing, you should see a little shininess left behind on the surface, and that tells you that the 3M tape stuck. There's one. Just kind of got to dig here. And two. And I'll flip this over and we'll line this up. And the holes actually goes to the left of those double holes on top. And do that again. That's better. Wasn't quite on the right side very well. Okay, so now that that's on there, I'll take my Scotch tape and reinforce it. A little bit there. I'm going to need to make a thinner piece here. Shouldn't be too hard to do here. And we'll put a thinner piece on top here. Don't want to cover those other holes. There we go. Seems to work out okay. And there we go. That puts that in, and that's what the rest of the dome looks like. So we're slowly making progress with getting these panels on. I think that should be more than enough. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to the next step, which is fitting the left foot casing. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Now before we begin, we had to dig out some screws for this build, and the instructions tell us we need 2.3 by 6 millimeter black self-tapping screws. So I have 5 of them right there. We're going to install the sensor first, and the sensor simply goes down just like that. And that panel lines up with the mounting hole. We'll put our screw in. That's good there. Next we take our orange and yellow and red infrared wire, and we're going to plug that in. Make sure everything lines up, the notches and everything on that. It's simply going to plug in just like that. Make sure I have it oriented correctly. And there we go. That looks good there. And I'm going to tuck my wire in here as much as possible. It says here to make sure that the silver power bus cable plate is in place in the slot on the outer casing to offer up the inner casing. And that's this right here. I glued it in, so it should not be a problem at all. And then we will put this down carefully. We want to make sure we don't crimp any of the wires. when we put this down. This cabling needs to go in on the outside of those attachments, which it does. And our wiring is not crimped. So you just got to pay attention to your wiring in this case. Turn this around as much as possible. Let's see here. I'll put my first screw in here. And the next one. These are soft tapping, so they dig into the plastic. So when you feel some resistance on these, then go ahead and stop turning, obviously. We'll get these all in here. And one more to go. And make sure I got this one in all the way. Felt like it was a little loose still. If I can get on it, there we go. Oh, it's tight. And there you go. So this is where you want to make sure your cabling on the inside is not stuck to anything. Let me turn this over so you get a better look. Wiring, that is, on the inside. It's not going to give us any issues. There we go, that's a better view. And it looks good in there to me. Looks good. Alright. And that completes issue 57. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Up next, I'll show you the complete magazine. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care. Here's the magazine for issue 57. And just as before, we have 4 chapters. Building the table of contents, building the galaxy, droid directory, understanding robotics, and our build itself. So the first article is Into the Woods, which they started filming the indoor scenes after filming in Yuma out in the desert. They went to way up in Crescent City, Northern California, on some private property and started filming the indoor scenes. So it's a very interesting article here. Total of 4 pages for that. Next we have the IG-100 Magna Guards. Now this is the animated series of Star Wars, and that's a pretty cool article there. Once again, 4 pages for that. And then we have Understanding Robotics, and this is the sewage robots. Different types of robots that are used in industry. Pretty cool. 3 pages of that. And then of course our instructions here on what we just built. And lastly, once again, what's up and coming. And that's a closer look of issue 57.